uh, guys who entered protocols, whether it's Batum or other guys, the players who are still active say, like, yeah, we hear from them a lot. Like, they call us, they text us, they use what they're seeing. I'm just curious with a coach protocols, like, what's that communication dynamic like with Ty? Like, how much are you guys trying to work with him while he's unavailable?
As much as possible. I mean, I was in communication with him a lot yesterday, as well as today, and as development started to surface, you got to adapt and adjust and make changes. And, he has, given me full reign to, make whatever decisions. But I'm just trying to stay in line with, like I said yesterday, with what we do consistently as a team as much as possible. Obviously, the personnel changes and guys have different abilities. But from my standpoint, just trying to keep everything as simple as possible because, we've three players basically that new players that haven't played very much and practiced a lot with our guys. Couple of guys like Keon that haven't played a lot with us, this season is on top of that. So just trying to simplify everything and just get them to play hard and compete regardless of what the lineups look like because those guys are playing for their lives.
Luke, you've lost Luke now as well. How does that shift your starting lineup tonight? Or is that something you're still, like last night, trying to figure out on the fly?
Yeah, still trying to figure it out. I don't know what the lineup is going to be yet. Like I said, because these developments just surfaced not too long ago. So just playing with a couple of different things and, just trying to weigh some of the minutes that the guys played last night as well. The league didn't really deal us a good hand in terms of the schedule over these last night's game and today, being New Year's and traveling and all of that. But it is what it is, and we'll figure it out.
Brian, what have you seen from Xavier, from Wyndon and James? I know they all just got here like the last week or so, and you have been able to practice, but as far as like how they're connecting with everybody, as far as what they are eager to do, what does it look like with them?
Yeah, well, to answer your question, what have I seen of them? Only what I've seen on video of them playing for other teams, and they got in for a couple minutes at the end of the game when we played Brooklyn in LA last week. But really, that's it. Haven't had a chance to practice with the team or anything like that. And I just compare it to, I've been traded before. You come to a new team, you may not know anybody, but our guys have welcomed them and, they kind of know the drill, know the situation that they were coming into. And so they're just looking for an opportunity to get out there and play and show what they can do, and they'll get that opportunity.
Especially with James and Wyndon. I mean, obviously it's funny because they were playing for the Nets, now you're playing the Nets tonight, and in the same week, like, does the team ever have a conversation with guys that have been with other organizations and might have any kind of intel to share about what it's like to, how they're preparing for games?
Yeah, I think that that does happen, but I don't know as much in this case because they weren't with Brooklyn very long before they came over, with us. So I don't know how much more intel that they could share than what we're already picking up and seeing on film. And their team, Brooklyn's team, was very different too, because the reason why they were there is because they had guys out. And so now they have some of their guys back, and so I don't think that there was any revelations that they could share with us that's going to make a super huge difference.
Have you ever done that? Like when you've been traded, first time you've seen a team, be like, look, I know where he's going, I know where they're going.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you go from one team to another, you kind of feel like, at least I felt like as a player, like this team didn't want me anymore, and this team, has me now, and so I'm going to do everything I can to help defeat the team that I felt like, moved on from me. And so I think that's a natural way to feel.
Brian, obviously you've been in the league a long time. As you look at this net situation from a distance with them trying to weave Kyrie back into things. Do you think having a part-time player on a team can work?
You know, I don't know that I've been in a situation like that. And I would guess, you know, because of the relationship that he probably has with KD and some of the guys on the team, that they're probably a little bit more lenient with, you know, the way things have kind of worked out. And it's really no different than if a guy's been injured on and off and he's been in and out of the lineup, or he's been out of the lineup for a long time because of injury. You know, I think that they have a mature enough group, an experienced enough group to kind of understand the dynamics of business, the business of basketball, along with the rules that are in place that made the situation what it is. And so they'll make the most of it. And, you know, nobody's going to feel sorry for them, just like nobody's going to feel sorry for us with the guys that we have out. You know, everybody dealt a different hand, and they'll make the most of it.
Miriam, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, here on the Zoom. When you guys, so obviously Luke's test was a recent development. Is this a thing where you guys test shortly before the game and then you just kind of like have to hold your breath and see what the results are? Or like, how does that work?
We typically test first thing in the morning, I guess, to try to give the test, you know, give the results a time, specific time or appropriate amount of time to get the results back. And so, you know, we tested early this morning, and I guess depending on the different systems, if they are able to shuttle the results back, the times vary. And so, you know, it wasn't that long before we actually were heading over here that we got the news about Luke.
All right. Well, hope he feels okay.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.